We're at the Evansville Wartime Museum today, and this is Richard Kixmiller. Richard Kixmiller is a veteran of World War II. He served in the U.S. Navy. Mr. Kixmiller, would you give us your full name, the date you were born, and where you were born?
Richard I. Kixmiller, was born in Vincennes, Indiana, December 15, 1926. I served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. I was an aviation electrician, and I was on my way to the South Pacific on a troop train going through Los Angeles, and we experienced the people dancing in the street. The VJ Day just happened, and I was heading for San Diego, and so I was stationed in San Diego then for the next year, and then since the war was over, they didn't need us overseas, and it was time to come out of the Navy. And I want to say this, that I got a letter from Harry Truman, who was president at that time, and I'm a Republican, but Harry Truman was one of the greatest men that we've ever had in our country that was able to make that decision to drop the bomb. Before I went into the Navy, we lived in Vincennes, across the street from the canning factory, and across the street from us was a house where they had several German prisoners, young men, and my father was from Germany and spoke German well, so he would go over to their barracks and talk with those young German people, and they were just like we were. They were not Nazis. They were just German people that were conscripted.
All right, well, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your service or time in the military, or about your time after the military?
Well, I went to boot camp, Great Lakes, and then from there I went to Jacksonville in the aviation electrician school. I came home and was directed to take a train from Chicago to San Diego on my way over to the Pacific. And like I say, when we got to Los Angeles, it was VJ Day, so all plans for going to the South Pacific were over.
All right, anything else you'd like to add?
I'm just happy to be an American and have served my country when they called.
Well, we sure thank you for your time today and for your service. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
There you go.
One other note of special interest to me was Tom Rose, who was the brother of a young man that I grew up with, and he was drafted in World War II while we were still rather young, and he went to Europe and was killed in Europe, and he had his father was gone, but he had his sister, or his mother was Rosie, and she had 4 girls, Rosie, Pansy, Daisy, and I can't think of the last one, and Virgil was the young guy my age. We were too young at that time, but Tom went over and was killed in the war.
Keep it rolling. I got a question for you, because I think this will. When December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor happened, what was your memory of that?
I don't.
You don't have one?
I think we were sitting in the classroom. I mean, it's my recollection that we were sitting in the classroom, and the teacher announced that President Roosevelt was speaking. And that is blurred to me. I don't know how much is correct. And
Okay. And then the days afterwards,
I just, the time after that, I was, in the summer, I was a lifeguard at Vincennes swimming pool.
okay.
And spent my summer having a great time with the Navy.
Very good.
Thank you a lot.
Yep.